Good morning. I'll be presenting to you what I have from the botanical garden on Onam. This is one of the largest cities, but with very little contact with nature. I am Linda Balcázar. Okay. This project is a project where we try to link two main goals, and that is education and conservation. And it is responding to the need of this botanical garden as a live museum. I don't know if you know that we're facing one of the most important extinctions that Earth has been gone through, and survival of all the species depend on what we will be able to do now. Our planet is our home, so we must take care of it. What are botanical gardens? Well, we are live museums. We're small Noah's Arks that we are able to keep this plant diversity, and we need to take care of our heritage now for us and for future generations. We make many efforts just like Noah's Ark, but that's not enough. We need to preserve these botanical garden, and Onam decided to join all this experience that we have had in the educational area, in the area of conservation, and we have a program that we call a plan to save the plants of the planet, and that is the role of these live planets. This is the adoption center, and those of us that are working in the garden are involved, and we included our experiences, but we did something else. This plan that we have at a national level as a strategy to preserve plants follow these 5 steps. So when we read them, we need to understand and to document and to have in situ and ex situ conservation, especially. And if we want for the other person to understand that, in order to say this, I would like it to spontaneously. I need a volunteer. Enrique, why don't you come up to the front? Since no one is as spontaneous, then I'll choose someone. So these 5 steps, which are so interesting to understand what the plan is, are related to a love relationship. And what is the first thing that I need to know in order to start a relationship? Well, to know the right person. I will get to know Enrique. The second step is one that I know the person, and then I would like to keep this person next to me forever. The third point is that I would like to have this to be a long-term conservation. I will not eat it in one whole bite, but in small bites. And that is to use these resources little by little. And these relationships imply having education. We cannot understand each other if we do not educate each other. And then to have this successful relationship, we would like to have it for life and to be replicated. Thank you, Enrique, and I love you. So these 5 points, which are our conservation strategy and which is related to understanding, is what we have for people somehow to change the concept that plants can be easily discarded. Our collections, our plants are our collections. They are our national heritage. If we don't have plants, then the survival of all species will be at risk. We need to change the chip to stop paying for a plant, and when buying it or when receiving it, and if you adopt it like a child, that will have a deep commitment. And we change the concept of purchase, and we instead have adoption. These are all our children that are awaiting to be adopted, and they are endangered and they are protected by law. These plants are in our adoption center. This is a big commitment of the campaign that we have done through Time for People to participate and to be part of conservation and not just to be spectators. Is people have this commitment and they're deeply involved in it. And at times we have these campaigns and we have people in line, but they say it's worthwhile waiting. People adopt, regardless their age. They become actors to have this conservation, and they have a small part of these plants under their care. They're stewards of these plants now, and by having this project, Now we have more than 25,000 adopting parents, 25 people that have responded to this message of having the preservation of our heritage. And because of our friend from Colombia, I found out how cool in Colombia they have only 25,000 inhabitants, and in Mexico we could have one of the largest four, just as the National Auditorium, having all these people in there. And currently, our commitment keeps these people inside or being part of our program. We need to be more patient. We need to be more creative. We need to be happier. And this will well, this is one of the videos that was made by one of our adopting mothers. Right now we have more than 50,000 plants that have been given in adoption. And this is because the need that the people have. They know that this is a program that contributes to preserve the balance in our earth. And audience are those people that are not looking at the problem outside, but they're being part of the solution. Thank you so much. I don't know if you want to adopt. Please do not live without. Do not live with empty hands. If you want to be an adopting parent at a distance, you can do it. Or here we have a form. We would like to have this experience of the Reimagining Museum for you to be parents at a distance and to let you know how that is going. And please do not leave. We have this token of appreciation for.